Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about an Emporio Armani release. It was released in 2020, some time ago, probably about 10 or 11 months ago, and I'm just now getting to it. Of course, I'm talking about the Emporio Armani release, Stronger With You Freeze. So when we return, we're going to go over this fragrance, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. So yes, today we're talking about Emporio Armani's Stronger With You Freeze. Now, this fragrance first started out with Stronger With You just a couple of years ago, and it's grown into Stronger With You Intensely, Stronger With You Freeze, Stronger With You Leather, and then now Stronger With You Absolutely. So now we're 5 fragrances strong, and that's pretty exciting. Now, about Stronger With You Absolutely, that review, look forward to that coming up soon. But today we're talking about Stronger With You Freeze. So let's briefly go over that presentation. This is the Stronger With You box. It is a 100 ml bottle, eau de toilette concentration. Got your barcode on this side, nothing on this side. Got your batch code stamped on the bottom. That's very hard to see. And of course on the very top, the Emporio Armani stamped logo as well. The bottle itself I really like. It's frosted glass, so it has that going for it. That satin feel. Got Stronger With You Freeze, Emporio Armani on the bottom. And of course that batch code, which is 38 September November 005 for those interested. Nothing on the back. And then you've got that unique cap that just pops off, and it does fit a specific way. The little divot or dip there, it has to correspond with the same one in order for the cap to go on. On the very top of the atomizer, you've got that Emporio Armani logo as well. So that's also a nice touch. And of course, I'll show you a spray. It sprays really, really well. So that's a fantastic atomizer. Overall, I really like the presentation of the Stronger With You line. The bottles all look the same. The first two, Stronger With You and then Stronger With You Intensely, are both clear glass. Stronger With You Freeze, of course, is the frosted glass. We've looked at the presentation. Now, what about that juice? Let's go over the note breakdown. Stronger With You Freeze features top notes of lime, ginger, mandarin orange, and apple, with heart notes of lavender, sage, bourbon geranium, and cardamom, resting on a base of woody amber, glazed chestnut, guaiac wood, and bourbon vanilla. Tremendously bright, brisk, fruity, juicy opening. And that's not something you're going to get with Stronger With You or Stronger With You Intensely. The opening of this is an in-your-face, bright, sparkling, wonderfully illuminating, effusively voluminous opening for a fragrance that wants to be a spring and summer huzzah. It really is. It's got a great presence, it's got a great depth and body to it. Unfortunately, like most opens, it's just an introduction into the fragrance, the body of the fragrance, which is the heart and the subsequent base. So this opening, while it's bright, it's effervescent, it's juicy, it's fruity, you've got that apple, you've got that mandarin, you've got that lime, you've got that ginger, but it's really kind of impossible for a fragrance to carry that kind of a bold opening for the lifetime of the fragrance. Again, it's just an introduction. It's just to captivate your senses, to kind of pull you in and get you drawn in to see what the really, what the real offering is. I was also pleasantly surprised, and you will be too, if you like that DNA of Stronger With You Intensely. It's still there in the bottle. Once you get past that brisk, fruity, juicy, and bright opening, you still have that dark richness, only it's not quite as strong. Stronger With You and subsequently Stronger With You Intensely are both gourmand fragrances. I would not call this a gourmand fragrance. While it does maintain that DNA of the first two, this doesn't have that gourmand sweet. Now, fruity and juicy and sweet all go together, but the sweetness of this has been subsequently knocked down quite a few bars. So Stronger With You Freeze only has about half of the sweetness that the first two fragrances have. Now, the unique thing about this fragrance, they put together components of these fragrance notes that give you kind of an assimilation or an approximation of hot and cold. Like icy hot, it's similar to that. So while this has kind of a dry iciness about it, it's also got a very compelling warmth and heat to it. And that's where the spring and summer fall into place. Moving into the heart, you've got that lavender, you've got that sage, that bourbon geranium, and then the cardamom. Really the only thing detectable, at least to my nose, is you've got just a hint of geranium in the background. What's prominent in the mid is the lavender. It's a fresh, clean, pristine lavender. Next up would be Clary Sage, just on the edge of the periphery of the lavender, and then that sweetness brought in by the cardamom. While there are glazed chestnuts in here, they don't play as much of a supporting role as I feel they did in the OG Stronger With You. This does not at all have that caramel edible feel of the Stronger With You Intensely. So while Stronger With You Intensely, I feel are the stronger of the three, this one still maintains that heat and that cool and that strength throughout the life of its presence. As a nice tryst, there's that bourbon vanilla, that amber wood, and guaiac wood in the base, which is really what carries this. It's vital to the DNA because it's what gives it its fullness, its richness, and its depth without it being super cloying sweet and without it really being gourmand. It gives you essences of that original DNA, and yet it does its own thing. It does the whole juxtaposition of hot and cool really, really well, and I think that's what is going to make this and what makes this a fantastic spring and summer banger. Stronger With You Freeze manages to give you the familiar, but as a mashup of all three, gives you something also very unique. The base notes are really what carry this fragrance, and it becomes quite evident because that opening only lasts for maybe, to me, it lasts maybe 10 minutes tops, but that's okay. I really like the open of this, but again, what carries this are the base notes, the heart and the base notes. Now, if you went to the mall or somewhere and were able to test this on a strip, it doesn't really do it justice. You've got to smell this on skin because those base notes, especially the amber and that bourbon vanilla, it comes out quite a bit more and is a lot more rich when mixed with the chemical composition of your skin. So if you have the OG and if you have Stronger With You Intensely, is it still worth getting on its own? Absolutely yes. I still feel that there's enough about this that makes it unique enough, especially that juxtaposition of that hot and cold, those components there, especially when you spray it on and you wear it for a while, those around you really enjoy its, your scent profile and your scent bubble. I still feel like that brings enough to the table to make it unique and make it worth having on its own. So yes, Stronger With You Freeze is a flanker that does justice to the line. It adds a little bit more complexity, a little bit more multi-layered, making itself useful for spring and summer and the warmer seasons. I suppose you could dress this up if you wanted to be a little bit different, but it's primarily a casual wear fragrance. Stronger With You Freeze has been out long enough where the price has dropped quite a bit, and that definitely makes it a viable option. I absolutely love this line. I was really happy when I saw this come out. It's not quite as cloying and sweet and heavy of a fragrance as the OG and Stronger With You Intensely. It's about as half as dark and heavy as those two. So if you did like those, but it was just too much for you, you probably really like Stronger With You Freeze. I myself truly enjoy it. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my video review of Emporio Armani's Stronger With You Freeze. And as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.